Do you believe dreams come true? Welcome back to the David's Door podcast. Today, I'm going to be answering the question, do dreams come true? Do dreams really come true? Is that something that exists in this life, or is that just something so that we all have this little glimmer of hope that just keeps us trudging through the mud? Like, are dreams just there to distract us while we feel like crap the whole time? You know, do you think dreams come true? Seriously, I want you to take a moment to sit with it. Just right now while you're listening to this, take a deep breath. Be like, do dreams really come true? And see where you're at with that. See what response you get. Because just because you respond to it doesn't necessarily mean you're right. You're programmed to respond to those types of questions with, I mean, it'd be nice. I mean, it'd be cool, you know. Probably not, but, you know, it's nice to have dreams, you know, something to look forward to, something to look up to type thing. But what if they do come true? What if the whole time that you've been dismissing them, you've actually just been pushing them further away because you just won't allow them to come to you? You won't allow your dreams to actually unfold. Now, many people don't talk about this because it's a scary thing to bring up, but your dreams absolutely can come true if you let them. If you start putting in the work, you start taking the actions, you start letting go of your old beliefs, creating new beliefs, allowing it to unfold in front of you, taking every moment as it is, and just moving forward one step at a time. It's not going to go bam, it's not going to boom overnight. Wow, all dreams are true. No, but dreams do come true. And if you don't have a dream right now, it means that you're just letting life decide for you. My dad told me when I was a kid, he said, choose where you go in life before life chooses for you. Because you might not like where life takes you. If you just leave it up to the default, you might not like it. You might not like where it's going. You know, if you just sit back and you take no action, you don't have a direction at all. You have no vision. You don't have a direction. You don't know where you're going. None of these things, you know. If you end up doing that, you're leaving it all to chance. The thing is, though, is you're here to let your will be done. You know, you hear this in a lot of different beliefs, you know, free will, stuff like that. But your will is really all you kind of have here. For example, before I answer the big question, do dreams come true? I absolutely know dreams come true, but I'll explain to you why. But will is all you got. Will is all you got. Look, just pay attention to your breath. You know, pay attention to it. You know, you were breathing before you were paying attention to your breath. Now you're like, oh, now I'm manual breathing. Dang it. You're not manual breathing. You're applying will to your breath, and it is instantly responding to you. You can go back to just watching your breath. Your body's not going to stop breathing unless you will it to stop. Your body just does it. It pumps your heart for you, breathes your lungs, it pumps your blood. I use so many mix of words there. It does so much for you by itself. And we think we're actually doing any of this. You're looking in a direction, and your experience is creating it in front of you and proving it to you. I think I am breathing. Now I am in control of my breath. But the thing is, too, I'm just willing my breath. I'm applying my will to the breath. And now it's responding to me. That's life. Life is the same way. All you can do is apply your will to something. Will it, you know? Look in a direction, have a clear vision, and will it. Now, how do I know dreams come true? I live my dream. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, you know, I made all my dreams come true. I had to dream again. You know, and the funny thing is, I want to be really clear with you. All your dreams can come true, so be specific. Because it will give you what you asked for, okay? I wanted my dream life, okay? And I told myself, I was like, but I don't need to be rich to have it. It's absolutely true. You can live all your dreams and still have money be a factor. Or I could have just dropped that silly righteous belief and been like, it would be cool to have all my dreams and be rich. Why can't I do that? Now I'm learning how to maneuver through money and all that, but like, all your dreams can unfold in front of you. It's all limited on your beliefs. Why don't you think you can do it? Because somebody told you can't? Screw them. Who are they? Of course they don't think you can do it. You're not living their life. You're living your life. Listen, if it pops up in your reality, it's possible for you. It's possible for you. Whatever that silly little dream is, and I say silly little dream because any dream you're dreaming is absolutely willable. It can unfold. Be specific. I was extremely specific about what I dreamed about the future. I'm literally living in it, and I am so grateful for every little thing. You got to maintain it once you're there. Your dreams can happen, and you got to maintain it. You got to level yourself up to match it so that you can actually turn it into your new base, and then you grow from there. Your biggest dream that you have, whatever that is, isn't that far off. It's not your life mission to make that dream that dream can happen, and then you have life ahead of you. Your dreams can happen as fast as you're willing. As fast as you're willing to put in the actions, the steps, the sacrifices necessary to live in that dream life, that dream experience, whatever. All you need to do is set a clear vision, have direction, and take your inspired action. You know what you need to let go of. You just don't want to because you're comfortable. You know what you got to do, but it would disrupt who you are now. But who you are now has the dream of being someone else or somewhere else or doing something else. This dream, you have it because it's not who you are now. So you want to change who you are. But to change who you are, the you that you are now has to fall away. All right, I first started really dreaming when I was a little kid, in and out of foster care, homeless a few times. Like, I've just experienced a lot of things growing up that really, a lot of people told me to lower my dreams. Shrink them. They're most likely not going to happen. You don't have a bring up that's like, most likely this isn't going to happen. Like, don't just see. That's what I was told by most people. Most people doubted me. Most people didn't think I could do it. I always had one person that really, my dad was always very supportive. He's like, just keep chasing it. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't believe what anybody else is saying. Just like they're all in their own world. They're all jealous that you have a dream that's bigger than they can imagine for themselves or whatever. Use that for yourself. I'm very, very blessed that I had my dad in those situations. He was somebody who, man, we went through so much. I'll explain that in the future. Crazy upbringing. But when it comes to making your dream reality, I have it tattooed on my chest that dreams do come true. In my dad's handwriting, I told him, I said, when I'm your age, he's passed away now, and I look in the mirror, what is something you want to tell me? And in his handwriting, tattooed on my chest, it says, dreams do come true. And they absolutely do. They absolutely do. When you let them. When you let your dreams happen. The only thing, excuse me, the only thing in the way of your dreams being in reality is your beliefs and the decisions you need to make to get there. And the weight of the decisions, the sacrifices that a lot of these decisions require are scary, they're hard, they require us to be a different version of ourselves. Maybe you need to be more patient to live in that reality that you want to live in. So your patience is going to get tested. How do you level up in a video game? By going out, gaining experience points, and then putting it into that stat that you want to grow. You want to get better at cutting trees? Cut down trees, and you're going to suck at it a lot, but eventually you'll level up and you'll get better at cutting down trees. It's the same with whatever your dream is. Dissect it, look at it, and say, what character stats do I need to develop to live in that life? And then start to let the old you fade away and start building the stats, start putting that focus and direction. Be a little be hyper-focused, be a little crazy about it, you know what I mean? People are going to think you're weird, people are going to think you're wild. Like, what do you mean? Like, why don't you go out as much? Why don't you eat out with all of us all the time? Why don't you party? Why don't you drink? You know, whatever, you know, there's going to be a huge shift that comes when you start intentionally directing yourself toward a dream, toward a future reality, a vision, whatever word you want to use for it. But whatever it is in your head, that dream, you're just like, oh, it'd be so good to wake up wherever I want to be, just like have this really nice dog, a beautiful partner, a wonderful partner who compliments me in every way. I love it. You know, I just want to be free to explore. I want to feel happy, strong, healthy. You know, whatever that dream is. Because remember, your dream isn't just about the things that are happening. It's about the feeling you're feeling. When you're witnessing this dream in your head, what you need to practice, if you haven't been visualizing your dream, you're not doing it. You need to look in a direction. Life is moving whether you like it or not, and it'll take you if you're not looking anywhere. You know, go jump in the ocean with no direction and you can end up anywhere it takes you, 100%. However, life, yes, is an ocean, and it goes where you look. So if you intentionally set the vision up, you're intentionally visualizing that future. Sit in it. And by sit in it, I mean sit with that thought of like what that future would be like. Oh, it's hard to sit in that, especially while I'm here now. It just makes now suck so much worse. Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks. You got to go through it. Do it. So sit in the moment with it. Feel how good it feels to take that deep breath. Like close your eyes. Just that deep breath as that version of you that lives in that. What does the air feel like? What kind of thoughts does this version of you have? You know, when you open your eyes in the morning as this person, where are you sleeping? What's the room look like? When you brush your teeth, what do you look like in the mirror? Just pay attention to these things. Really solidify it. And then the longer you can sit with that version of yourself, you say, act out a day in the life of this version of me that I dream of being. Act out a day in the life. Just sit there and visualize a day in the life of that version of you. And just sit there as if you are being that person right now. What kind of thoughts, what kind of feelings, what kind of experiences? Are you patient? Are you strong? Are you decisive? This version of you, once you're able to see it, you start understanding that the moment in front of you is providing you opportunities to grow into that version of you. Once you're intentional, once you start seeing the moment as it is, because once you have a direction, it starts going. Life is moving whether you like it or not. I'm going to say this often. With direction, life is going to start moving. With direction, knowing where it's going. You know, you have your sails up. And the opportunities that are going to unfold in front of you, they're going to seem very similar at first because you're going to have to break patterns first. You're going to start approaching things that normally are like issues you've avoided before. I usually avoid these types of issues, but they keep coming up. It's because you need to make a new decision. You know, would you make the same decision twice if you knew, if you could go back? These are the decisions. You're making the same decisions over and over again. And now that you have direction, look at those decisions with that direction in mind. And start making those decisions as if you already know you're walking towards that dream life. At first, it's going to feel like you're just like in the same old life. Things are just interesting. You're like, okay, I'm making new decisions. It's okay. This is a little different. But eventually, things are going to start unfolding in such a weird way where you're going to be like, okay, everything's starting to fall in the place. The frustrations that come up are strengthening you. The testing of your patience is increasing your patience level to help you enjoy. Because if you enjoy that dream moment, if you're sitting there and you're like, I feel at peace in this moment, living this life, that means you got to find peace, brother or sister or friend or whatever. I don't care. Human experience. Good to see you. If you feel peaceful in this dream life that you're looking at, it means you're going to have to find peace, my friend. You're going to have to sit in peace to experience that life, because it depends on how you're feeling. Again, if your dream is to feel stressed out all the freaking time, you're going to have all the experiences to unfold in front of you to stress you out. It's just how it works. But if you feel very peaceful in that version of you that lives that life, that means you're going to have to go through the process of finding your peace. Sit with that for a second. That means every frustration that comes up, every challenge, every roadblock, every pain that pops up is going to be there strengthening you so that when the moment comes that you're actually sitting in that dream life, you can be peaceful with it. You can experience that feeling that you felt when you looked at that future. Isn't that insane? Really sit with that for a second. Take some time today, as soon as possible. I'd say right now. Pause the freaking video and do this. Pause the podcast and do this. Close your eyes and sit with that future version of you that you know you're walking towards. And if it doesn't look very good, redirect. It means you're looking the wrong direction. You're looking at that direction. If you're seeing a future that is painful and it's just pulling you down deeper and darker, if that's just naturally where your head goes, you have no direction. You're not directing yourself. You step in, flip the freaking script. I was going to say script. Flip the script. Go in, change the vision. Just because that's what's being offered to you, it's just showing you where things are going based off how you're being now. If you're having that really dark look, oh man, things are, that's just the direction you're going. You can redirect the ship. You are the freaking director. You're the one willing this. You're the one allowing this to happen. It's going to sound weird. Like, the things that happen to me, I'm not allowing these things to happen to me. And it's like, life is happening for you to help you evolve into the person who becomes your true you. You're you. These experiences don't make you, okay? They're lessons that you carry with you. Okay, everybody has different experiences. Everybody has experiences completely perfect for whoever they are becoming. Some are tragic. Some people don't have very many tragic moments, not yet. That just means they're coming. To experience one side, you must experience the other. So if you've gone through tragedy, it is your time to experience peace, love, light, whatever word you want to use for that bright future, that good experience. However, to step into that, your old you must fade, must fall away. I talked about this in the last episode about Odin, the sacrifice of your old self for a new self that understands, that can sit in presence and peace and joy and love and be there in that moment, in that dream life. Again, you're not looking at the 3D world. You can have these 3D things. They're fun. Yeah, sure. Find the feeling. Because you can still be stressed out and hating life in a Ferrari. You could be at peace living in a tent in the woods. In different belief systems, the wanderer was always at peace, wandering around, looking for things, experiencing what life has to offer, even though they didn't have very much. Buddhists, in Christianity, Jesus was a wandering hippie, He was just wandering. He didn't own anything. He was just walking around, Had his group of people that walked with him, But whatever that life is for you, just really start solidifying that in your mind. Paying attention to that. Don't let the image that life is showing you be like, this is where my life is going. Dang it, my life is getting horrible. Redirect it. You're the one directing your life. If you want to go down that direction, if you don't want to do any changes, if you want to continue living the life you're living, and if that's the future you see for yourself, now that you've sat and saw it and witnessed that future, you are now making the active decision to allow that to be true by not making any different no changes. You're allowing that to happen. Sit back, redirect your vision, consciously detach your emotions from it. This isn't possible. These are all limits that you apply. Look at that future. Whatever thoughts come up that try to stop you from looking at that future, just know they're fabricated. They're all put there to strengthen you so that they're testing to see if that's the direction you actually want to go. They're testing you. All these thoughts, all these negative perspectives, all these ideas that are like, I can't do this. This is too big. Those are all there to see if that's actually what you want. If it is, they're going to keep coming up. They're going to keep challenging you. They're going to keep getting in the way. You're going to get stronger. You're going to start cementing this belief. You're going to start cementing this understanding, this future. And you're going to start making decisions in front of you with that direction in mind. Know where you're going. And then the path becomes clear. Know where you're going and the path becomes clear. And the thing, it doesn't mean that the path is going to be the easiest thing to walk. You're going to have all these challenges. That's what makes getting there worth it. Without all that pain and transformation, there'd be no reason to live that true life, that dream. When you get there, you'd be like, oh, that was too easy. Guess I gotta dream bigger. Dream real big and then take the path. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna suck. There's gonna be a lot of pain. There's going to be a lot of struggle. There's going to be a lot of loss. But it is worth it. As somebody who has made all their dreams come true, it is totally worth it. Be specific. Like I said, when you get here, you have to re-dream. You can get there and dream again. But you also get what you were looking at, So if you want to be financially stable and abundant, put that in your dream, okay? Don't be like I was, where you're just like, I'm gonna get there. Money's my enemy. I don't need to be wealthy. I don't need to have money. You say these things, and you'll get it. You'll get exactly what you asked for, with no money. I'm not gonna say no money. You grow, you evolve, you hit like new bases and stuff like that. But it's like, dream. And if people try to make you feel bad for dreaming big, screw them. So what? Who are they? You're only here as you. You need to love you. This is a giant human love story. You learning to love yourself and your experience. Find the love in the moment. Walk the path towards different dreams. You don't even have to have a dream. To dream something is to desire and to accept the pain necessary to change into that version. You can also just sit there and be like, I'm just going to sit like this. But you have to accept the pain of that as well. Acceptance. Extreme acceptance. Extreme accountability. Understanding that if now, especially since you watched this video or listened to this podcast, especially now that you're the director, that you're steering the ship, what comes ahead, wherever you're driving the ship to, you now know. I created this, or I allowed this. This is where I shifted to, because I wasn't willing to change. I wasn't willing to grow. You have to be willing to change, grow, evolve. Just watch how your life unfolds. Sit with that dream, visualize it every day, 10 to 15 minutes a day. Sit with that visualization of that future. Feel what it feels like to be that version of you. Sit in those thoughts that version of you has. Pretend you're eating the food that version of you eats. 10 minutes a day, 10 to 15 minutes. Write it down. Get very specific. Feel it. Don't lie to yourself. Don't be like, he's filthy freaking rich. And you're like, I don't really see a future where I want millions and millions of dollars. You don't have to have that future. You can literally be happy with whatever feels aligned with you. Not based off what people are telling you. It's okay to be rich. You're allowed to make a lot of money if you want. Whoever's telling you that that's a bad idea, come on. Like, it's okay. It's an experience of this human. It's a human experience. Everything is part of this human experience. So allow yourself, sit there and be like, okay, I'd be at peace with this type of life, and you're going to find peace first, and then the life is going to find you. Because the truth is, none of those things are going to help you find peace. Your dream life isn't going to help you find peace. The new car, the money, the friends, the family, the girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. Those aren't where peace comes from. Peace is in you. So if you're looking at the moment, your dream, and you're like, I feel peaceful, and these are all the things that I am existing in, what's going to need to be found first is the peace, which is where a lot of pain comes from. And then from peace, anything can unfold, because you can peacefully go make $1 million. You can peacefully get a bunch of followers online. You peacefully build a business. Whatever it is, from peace, you cultivate your surroundings. Now, from become that peaceful warrior, like I've been through my wars and my battles, you cultivate your garden. Build your space around you. And it doesn't have to be what people tell you. You don't have to go to the 9 to 5, or you can, whatever. You don't have to climb the corporate ladder, or you can, whatever. It's up to you. You can go live in the woods in a tent. It might be kind of hard, but if you accept those problems, go for it. You run away in your car. Take 4 or 5 boxes, move in your car and leave. And just see what... Start traveling. Go hundreds of miles into another state, another... whatever. Just... why not? You're willing this life. You're crafting this life for yourself. By accepting what you've been told to do, you're getting the life that you have now. As the author of your life, you are the author of your life. Writing it, it's happening in front of you, it's happening for you. Without direction right now, so you're just going in circles. But if you want that dream to become reality, look in that direction, accept the pain in between it, and just start taking those actions. And it's going to be painful, it's going to hurt, it's going to require you to allow yourself to let go of who you thought you were, who you think you are, and becoming who you really are, that you that aligns with that version of you. So if that inspired you, let me know in the comments. What dream are you chasing? What dream are you accepting? What future are you looking towards? Don't forget to share this video, like, comment, subscribe. It helps out a lot. And tune in every Tuesday and Friday, 5 p.m. EST for my episodes. And as always... oh, I almost forgot this. See, I took a moment to pause. Go down below too. I have all the links to all my stuff. I'm an artist, so I have a bunch of handmade art. I have a bunch of cool products in my shop. I also do guidance calls if you want to take that big jump towards your dream, but you feel it'd be, I don't want to say easier. Don't take the easy path, guys. But you feel like you'd like a guide on your journey. I do guidance calls. I walk with you on your journey as you evolve and change and transform towards that dream that you are looking towards, that you are desiring. Desire equals pain. We talked about this. I do guidance calls, so go ahead and check those out. Those are all linked down below. And yeah, as always, stay awesome. All love.